Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening. We are interrupting our regular programming to bring you with a breaking public health alert. Within the last few hours, regional medical centers have issued an urgent and important warning following a sudden worrying spike in severe respiratory admissions. The culprit has been identified as a rare but highly dangerous pathogen, which is hantavirus. If you are planning to clean out an old garage, a dusty backyard shed, or a summer cabin for the upcoming weekend, please pay a close attention. What are we about to share over the next few minutes could literally save your life, of the life of a loved one. Tonight, we are breaking down exactly what this virus is, the invisible way it sneaks into the human body, and the common everyday mistake that you must avoid at all costs. Let's start with the root of the threat. To understand how to protect yourself, you have to understand the source. Hantavirus is a zoonotic virus, which is like which simply means it is passed directly from animals to humans. In this specific outbreak, the primary factors are wild rodents, most notably the deer mouse or the cotton rat. But but here's the critical twist that catches most everyday citizens completely off guard. You do not need to be bitten by a mouse to contract this disease. This virus is actually shed through the rodent's active waste, specifically their urine, dry droppings, and saliva. The primary danger zone isn't a deep forest or wilderness trail. It is our own familiar storage spaces. When a space stays closed up for months, rodents nest. When we walk in with a broom or a vacuum to clean up the dust, we make a fatal mistake. Sweeping kicks those dry droppings into the air. The virus hitches a ride on those microscopic dust particles, suspending itself in the room. You breathe that dust in, and just like that, the virus has invaded your respiratory system. It is completely invisible airborne trap. Once inhaled, hantavirus behaves like a biological ticking time bomb, hiding inside the body during an incubation period that can last anywhere from 1 to 8 weeks. You might completely forget you even cleaned that shit by the time you get sick. When the virus finally wakes up, phase 1 looks exactly like a standard seasonal flu, making it incredibly difficult to diagnose early. Patient presents with three classic warning signs. Number one, an intense, exhausting fatigue that leaves you bedridden. Number two, a sudden spiking high fever accompanied by chills. Number three, deep, severe muscle aches, particularly concentrated in the large muscle groups like the thighs, hips, and lower back. But do not let that initial flu-like phase fool you. Around day 4, the disease undergoes a sharp, violent pivot into a medical crisis known as Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. The virus aggressively attacks the lining of the lungs, causing the capillaries to leak fluid directly to the respiratory system. Patients experience a sudden, terrifying shortness of breath, describing it as feeling like they're drowning while standing up. Here's the stark reality of for the medical community. There's no cure, no vaccine, and no specific antiviral treatment for hantavirus. The mortality rate is a staggering, brutal 38%. Early hospitalization, mechanical ventilation, and immediate intensive care are a patient's only fighting chance. Because the stakes are so incredibly high, prevention is not just a recommendation. It is our only true line of defense. Public health sectors are mandating a strict three-word protocol for anyone handling storage spaces: seal, soak, and wipe. First, seal. Inspect your property. Block any openings or cracks in your home rather than a pencil eraser, using a steel wool to keep rodents from entering in the first place. Second, if you discover a rodent-infected area, put down put down the broom. I cannot stress this enough. Sweeping or frequently is the exact mechanism that forces the virus into your lungs. Instead, open all doors and walk away for 30 minutes to fan the stagnant air. Put on thick rubber gloves and heavily spray the entire area with a disinfectant or a mix of bleach and water. Let it soak undisturbed for 5 full minutes to neutralize the live virus on contact. Third, wipe. Once the dust is completely wet and heavy, safely wipe up the debris using a damp paper towel. Seal it in a plastic bag, throw it away. To recap tonight's urgent medical bulletin, if you have spent time cleaning a dusty, unused space and you developed a sudden fever, deep muscle edges, or any difficulty breathing, do not wait it out. Go straight to an emergency room immediately and critically uh, make sure to tell the attending physician that you may have been exposed to random droppings. Early awareness is the best shield we have against this deadly virus. We will continue to monitor this developing story and bring you live updates as more information from public health officials become available. Reporting live from the newsroom desk, I'm Rajesh. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and have a safe evening. Back to your regular programming. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.